Today I'll be rebuilding one of the worst teams in the MLB and bringing them back to championship glory. Currently, IRL, they said it's one of the worst teams in the MLB with a 10-21 record. So we'll be taking over the team over the next 5 years and bring them out of their losing ways back to championship glory. But we'll start by taking a look at this roster to see what changes needs to be made. Of course, we know we got Juan Soto, Francisco Lindor, Freddie Peralta, Marcus Semien. Also, we got Devin Williams, Bo Bichetti, and Nolan McLean. So my game plan for this is to simulate year 1, see how we do, and then make some changes in year 2 and 3 to see if we can get back to the World Series. That's going to be the most pivotal time, years 2 and 3, and maybe even 4 if we need the whole entirety 5 years, but I don't know if I need whole 5 years. But just 2 and 3 to make some changes to this team so we can get back to the World Series. So let's simulate and let's see how we do this season. Also, our changes are mainly going to come from free agency and also some trades, but I'll be showing you guys that later. Let's see how we do through the simulation. Okay. At the end of the first inning, it looks like the Mets make the playoffs with a 97-65 record and also win their division. And it looks like their first opponent is their division rival, the Atlanta Braves. And it doesn't look like there was any changes to the Braves as they still have Acuna Jr., also has Chris Sale, Spencer Schwellenbach, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Drake Baldwin, Sean Murphy. So it wasn't really a lot of changes to the team. Michael Harris II as well, Ronaldo Lopez, Ozzie Albies, of course. Not many changes to the team, if any. So let's see if the Mets can make it out the division round against this team. Simulate the first game, it's a win 7-0. Simulate the second game is also a win 7-5 this time. And third game is also a win. Made short work of the Atlanta Braves, 6-3 in that one. Moving on to our next series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Let's take a look at their roster as they didn't change much as well. Ohtani, Betts, Snell, Kyle Tucker, Tyler Glasnow, Yamamoto, Will Smith, all of the IRL players that are still there. But if there's a team that I fear can put the Mets out of their misery, it's this one. With their championship experience and also powerful bats, they can get hot very quick. But let's simulate and see what the Mets can pull off. Let's simulate through the first game is a win. Second game also a win, 10-1. Third game is a loss. Fourth game is also, whoa, no, 3 losses in a row. We lost the 4th and the 5th game back to back. This is definitely over. We lost 3 straight games. It's over. And there it is. The Mets was eliminated. I said at the beginning of the series, the Dodgers was the team that I feared putting us out of our misery. And they did it. Now let's see what team goes on to win the World Series. The Orioles beat the Dodgers in the World Series. Going into the offseason, I surely will make some changes to this team so that way we can get back to the World Series. Starting with pitching, we'll be going after one of the best free agents on the market, Tariq Skubal. Also, because we need help in right field, we'll be going after free agent George Springer. So let's simulate and see who we are able to attain this free agency. With Skubal motivation to sign over 50% now, of course we can offer him a contract. Of course we're going to offer him something huge. We're looking at 9 years, just about 52 million maybe. And let's submit it and see if that number works for him. Now when scouring through the team, I did notice we had a relief pitcher with a 68 overall that's making $25 million. So I'll be doing my best to trade that $25 million contract as we need more money for more free agents. Also, I didn't tell you, during the season we did make a trade with the Tampa Bay Rays for starting pitcher Drew Rasmussen. So adding Skubal to the rotation could also help us get back to the World Series. But for now, let's see if we can get rid of this $25 million contract. But first, it looks like Skubal is ready to make a decision. Let's see if he signs with the Mets. Boom! He does sign with the Mets. 9 years, $52 million we have Skubal under lock for, which is a total of 9 years, $467.2 million. And since we couldn't find no one to take up this $25 million contract, we'll just be releasing Sean Manaea. We'll also be taking an $18.8 million cap hit if no one signs him. So next year in free agency, we'll have to get real creative to bring in some more players. On to season 2, we'll see if Skubal was enough to turn the tide for this Mets team. Hopefully the piece that we needed to get to the World Series. At the end of year 2, it looks like the Mets went 87-75, over 500 teams, but just not enough to make the postseason. Oh my God, it looked like the Dodgers came back to win the World Series the following year after losing one. All right, this is where we go crazy. We're going all in this year on every free agent so that way we can get back to the World Series. And remember, I said the most pivotal years are year 2 and 3. So we'll be letting go Drew Rasmussen's contract for 1 year, $25.5 million. we're going to go after Joe Ryan, and of course we're going to go after Logan Gilbert, the top 2 pitchers in this year's free agency class. I'm also going to try to free up some money in a trade, and I'm telling you guys, you're not going to like this one. This is going to look crazy. Marcus Semien, Mitch Voigt, Carson Fulmer, and Kodai Senga for Alex Jackson, which is rated a D-rated player, D-rated catcher. And the Minnesota Twins like and accept that deal. We're also going to trade Nolan McLean, Sammy Ocho, Sean Gleason, and Francesco Marcelo for Gunnar Henderson. Now let's see if the Orioles accept that trade. It looks like the Orioles have counted our trade offer. They just want Nolan McLean, Sammy Ocho, and Sean Gleason. No Marcelo. We'll take it. Adding Gunnar Henderson to this lineup will surely take us back to the World Series, along with Scooble, possibly Joe Ryan, and Logan Gilbert. Now with us traded for Gunnar Henderson, we have no use for Francisco Lindor. I'll be putting the 34-year-old shortstop in a trade, see what we can get for him. Also with a much younger Brett Beatty and Mark Vientos on our team, we'll be trading Bo Bichette at third base to see if we can get some more money freed up. Either way it goes, these are the 3 players that we're looking to sign this year. It looks like Logan Gilbert is 58% motivated to sign, so we'll be offering him a contract about 6 years, $42 million. Also, Joe Ryan is not quite there, ready to sign, and we're also still keeping an eye out on William Contreras, see if we can get him signed with us as well. No, it looks like William Contreras is willing to sign with the Brewers, the Cubs, or the Red Sox. We'll give him one more offer, 6 years, about $22 million, see if he'll take it. No, he does not. Looks like he goes and signs with the Chicago Cubs for 5 years, $17 million, which I don't understand. We offered more money and more years. But we got another contract decision coming in, most likely Logan Gilbert this time. Boom, it looks like he does sign with the New York Mets. We just signed Logan Gilbert to a 6-year, $42 million contract. That'll definitely bolster our bullpen. Logan Gilbert signed for 6 years, $253 million. But we still have some trades that have to be done. We have to get rid of Bo Bichette and Francisco Lindor so we can have enough money to sign Joe Ryan. Back in the free agency, Joe Ryan is 54% motivated to sign, so we'll be emptying the bank. We're going to give him 9 years, $45 million, just about a little less. We also still need help in right field, so we'll be going after Joe Adele. That is, of course, if we have enough money to. Boom! We was able to trade Bo Bichette, Jay Shen, Archie Sincor to the Los Angeles Angels for Chris Cortez. Hopefully that freed up enough money for Joe Ryan. And now that we got Bo Bichette traded, we should now look to trade Lindor. And who's better than the candidate of the team we took their shortstop from, which is the Baltimore Orioles. But before we get to that, we got a decision coming in from Joe Ryan on whether he'll sign with the Mets. Pen to paper and moving truck on the way. Joe Ryan signs with the Mets, 9 years, $45 million. That just made this pitching rotation that much crazier. It looks like Joe Adele did not sign with us. He signed with the Detroit Tigers, so we still have to find that coveted right fielder. But Joe Ryan does sign with us, 9 years, $401.8 million. And it looks like the Baltimore Orioles accept our trade for Lindor. Wait, we have enough money to add Mackenzie Gore to this team? Oh man, this means we can have one of the best pitching cores in the MLB. With Scooble, Gilbert, and Ryan, and now possibly adding Mackenzie Gore to there. We're still gonna attempt to get a right fielder. We'll try for Seiya Suzuki. Looks like Mackenzie Gore is 60% motivated to sign, so we'll be offering him a contract in the upwards of $38 million. 8 years. Let's see if that's enough to bring him to New York City. And it looks like we'll find that out right now. Oh my God. Guys, he signed! 8 years, $38 million. Mackenzie Gore comes to New York. That's a total of 8 years, $299 million. And now it looks like Seiya Suzuki is motivated to sign. I'm thinking along the lines of 2 years, maybe about 28 to 29 million. Contract decision incoming. Let's see what he say. He signs. It looks like we got unlimited money. Seiya Suzuki signed a 2-year, $28.54 million contract. Queens get the money. Interesting 3 guys. I told you we'll go all in to bring in anyone we can to help us win a championship. That's having one of the best pitcher cores with Scooble, Ryan, Gilbert, and Gore. We're ranked number 5 in the league. This should be a runaway season for the New York Mets to win the championship. And while we're simulating in the middle of the season, we want to make sure that we have our core intact, so we'll be re-signing Gunnar Henderson. So we'll be giving him about 5 years, $184 million, and he accepts that deal. Rounding out the season, it looks like the Mets are poised to make it to the playoffs, and we do. With a 91-71 record, we won our division, and we'll be taking on the Giants in the division series. Now into the playoffs, the first game against the Giants is a loss, 7-0. Second game is a loss as well. They put us out. After an offseason like the one we had, I don't understand how we lose. It looked like the Cincinnati Reds will go on to win the World Series against the Minnesota Twins. As we go into the offseason, there's definitely plans to make some drastic changes, even some trades that may not make sense to you, but we need to make them so that way we can have a chance at going back to the World Series. Going into free agency, because we don't have a lot of money, there's going to be some trades that are made. This one is Jorge Polanco, freed up about $24 million. Next will be Seiya Suzuki. Maybe we can free up his $28 million off the book. And I know you may be thinking that don't make sense, as we just got Seiya Suzuki last season on a 2-year deal, but it's a new season and we did not win last season, so someone has to go. Sorry, Suzuki. But he was traded to the Seattle Mariners, so that freed up $28 million off the books, and now we can do some damage in free agency. Into free agency now, Ronald Acuna Jr. is a free agent, so we'll be going after him. We'll also be looking to go after possibly George Kirby, Yordan Alvarez, or maybe even Adrian Marjan. We need a relief pitcher that could take the load off our starters. So this will be my 3 free agents I'm going with: Ronald Acuna Jr., Adrian Marjan, and Byron Buxton. And already we got a contract decision incoming. It looks like Adrian Marjan will be signing with the Mets. He will sign his 1-year, $15 million deal. We also need to bolster our position players, so we're going to attempt to make a trade for Muntaka Murakami. We're also going to try to bring in starting pitcher Hunter Brown. We're going to see if we give him 9 years, $45 million. Will that work? No! He decides to sign with Houston Astros at 8 years, $37.75 million, which is about $9 million less than what I was offering and a year less. After some hard work, we finally do get Muntaka Murakami from the White Sox. So we turn our attention back to Ronald Acuna Jr. We'll be offering him a contract in the upwards of 10 years, $42 million. Oh, he didn't sign. Acuna doesn't sign at this very moment. He said that this offer is not quite what he's looking for. So we'll go back in and make him a new offer. So we'll come back and offer him about 10 years, $43 million, in which he declined. He'll go on to play for the Chicago Cubs for 8 years, $45 million, a little bit more money and less years. Okay guys, I'm going into full desperation mode. We have to pull something off in year 4, so we have 1 more year after this year to bring a championship to Queens, New York. We can definitely continue bolstering our starting pitcher core, so we'll be adding George Kirby to our list of targets. Also, we'll be adding Jarren Duran to that list of targets as well. Well, George Kirby sits at 85% ready to sign, so we'll be offering him a contract of 8 years, about $37 million. Jarren Duran is looking to sign with the White Sox, Yankees, or Cardinals, so we'll be offering him a contract of about 5 years, $38 million, and we'll immediately get a contract decision from him, and it looks like it'll be a resounding no. He signs with the Houston Astros for 2 years, $29 million, which is less money and less years than what I was offering. And as we get the decline from Jarren Duran, another contract decision come in, which this one should be from George Kirby, in which he declined as well. But the good part is he didn't sign with another team. He just wanted to see how much more we willing to give him. And right now, with my desperation, I'm willing to give him the cattle. His motivation to sign is maxed out, so we just need to offer him more money. So we'll offer him a contract of about 8 years, $43 million. See if that will bring George Kirby to the Big Apple. Yes, we did it. George Kirby signed a deal with the New York Mets for 8 years, $43 million. A big payday for him, about 8 years, $339.4 million. This also bolsters our pitching rotation, as we already have Tariq Skubal, Mackenzie Gore, Joe Ryan, Logan Gilbert, and now we add in George Kirby. This has to be one of the greatest pitching rotations ever. Into season number 4, Operation Desperation has begun. Now all we need is the New York Mets to bring home a championship. Ending this season on a good note, the New York Mets ended with a 92-70 record. We won our division, and we'll be taking on the winner of the wild card playoff game, which will be none other than the Atlanta Braves. Similarly, in the first game, it's a loss. We lost 18-1 with Tariq Skubal on the mound. Well, it's time for us to dust that embarrassment off and go for the win in Game 2. Game 2 was also a loss, much closer game. We only lost 3-4, but we lost. We're down 0-2. Game 3 is a win. We win 7-3. Can we mount a comeback now? Game 4 is also a win. We win 7-6. We tie the series at 2-2 going into Game 5, and we win. Game Game 5, we beat the Braves. And that moves us on to the NLDS, where we'll be taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Similarly in the first game against the Reds, we lose 3-0. Moving on to Game 2, it's a loss as well. Moving on to Game 3, it's a win, 9-7. Oh guys, please let me know if I should panic. Game 4 is a loss. We lose. We're down 3-1 in the series. I'm nervous, guys. I'm nervous to do it. We're down 3-1 to the Cincinnati Reds in the NLDS. This could be for all the marbles in year 4. And we only have one more year, which is the last year, year 5, to turn this team around. And boom, we did it. We won. We won Game 5, y'all. We're still in the series. Now all we need to do is mount a comeback. Over the next 2 games, we must win. This is a must-win situation for us. Now to simulate Game 6. It's a win. We tied the series 3-3. We got a Game 7 on our hands. Game 7 simulating. We did it. We came back, guys, and we won! We'll be facing either the Yankees or the Athletics in the World Series. Now, who will it be that we face in the World Series? You guys know what I'm hoping for, right? Yep! It happened! The New York Yankees versus the New York Mets in the World Series. This has happened before once, IRL in 2000, where the Mets and the Yankees will meet in the World Series, subtitled the Subway Series, due to the Mets being on the 7 train line and the Yankees being on the 3 train line in the Bronx, New York. The Mets will lose to the Yankees in that series 4-1, so maybe it's time to exact some revenge. Into simulating Game 1, it's a win 9-3 against the Yankees. Simulating Game 2 is also a win 10-3. Moving on to Game 3, that's also a win. We got one more game. We could sweep the Yankees. Moving on to Game 4. It's a loss. That's okay, because we're going to rebound right here in Game 5. Boom, we did it, y'all. We won the World Series. Boy, was that stressful. But we did it. We turned the Mets around in less than 5 years and got them another World Series championship. Now, if you want to go on another emotional roller coaster, click the video right here on your screen and watch me play the career of Nick Kurt. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you update on when we release a video. And be sure to comment below which team you'd like to see me do a rebuild on next. Thanks for watching. See you later.